Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, June 7. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has moved to end growing tensions with Trinidad surrounding trade issues and the lengthy detention of Jamaican nationals in the Immigration Detention Center. The Prime Minister and his Trinidadian counterpart held bilateral talks at the 7th Summit of the Association of Caribbean States ACS, which was held in Cuba over the weekend. The heads of government discussed the processing of some 53 detainees, and Mr. Holness says he was given assurances that any administrative delays would be dealt with. The pricing of petroleum products was also addressed. Trinidad's Prime Minister Keith Rowley is expected to pay an official visit to Jamaica in the near future to continue discussions at the political level. Prime Minister Holness also held talks with the presidents of Cuba and Costa Rica at the ACS summit. In the meantime, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says Jamaica will continue to seek greater cooperation and partnership within the Caribbean to advance the region's development goals. Mr. Holness was speaking ahead of the ACS summit in Cuba. The 25-member ACS promotes consultation, cooperation, and concerted action amongst all the countries in the Caribbean. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, is now able to access criminal records with the installation of a computerized system. The $98 million system, which was funded by the UK government, replaces the manual documentation format at the Criminal Records Office on Duke Street in Kingston. At Friday's launch, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck welcomed the database and implored the JCF to make good use of it.
This system should be fully utilized by the JCF to make their work easier and certainly more effective in tracking the movements of the few hundreds, perhaps few thousands of criminals who really prey on our society. If we can properly track them and keep them under control, we would go a far way in controlling the crime problem in Jamaica.
Minister Chuck also urged the JCF to include the proper documentation of traffic offences as part of the system. With the new facility, the JCF will be able to streamline the collation and storage of new and existing data and retrieve information for use in investigations and court hearings, among other proceedings. Meanwhile, the State Minister in the National Security Ministry, Pernell Charles Jr., says the computerized criminal record system is evidence of government's commitment to the modernization of the JCF.
The computerized criminal record system is about public safety and national security. We now have a shared database with the UK that will provide real-time information for respective jurisdictions.
The collaboration between Jamaica and the UK also facilitated training of JCF officers in the use of the technology. The electronic database is the first of two phases of support being provided through the UK-based Acro Criminal Records Office. The second will entail further development of the JCF's fingerprint database. This will cost an additional 134 million Jamaican dollars in funding from the UK government's Home Office Conflict, Stability and Security Fund. 10,000 unattached youth between 17 and 29 years old will benefit from a $1.6 billion new employment opportunities for youth in Jamaica NEO-Jamaica project. The project is being spearheaded under the Youth Upliftment Through Employment Youth program. It's an initiative of the private sector organization of Jamaica with inputs from several partners, including the Ministries of Labor and Social Security and Science, Energy and Technology. The NEO-Jamaica project was launched by youth patron Governor General Sir Patrick Allen during a ceremony at King's House last Friday.
This pioneering alliance in which businesses, government and civil society join forces to provide resources, knowledge and capacities in order to implement efficient and sustainable youth employment solutions is one of the applications that we know fully well will help to fix what is wrong with Jamaica.
Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Senator Ruel Reid, also endorsed the initiative.
We are solving a problem, but I'm saying we now need to work together, and I'm prepared to work with the private sector to refashion the Jamaican education system, because we have to recalibrate it to deal with the realities of the 21st century.
The NEO-Jamaica project is to run from 2016 to 2018. It's being jointly funded by the Inter-American Development Bank's Multilateral Investment Fund and local stakeholder partners. It will provide participants with vocational training and job placement opportunities. Finance and the Public Service Minister Audley Shaw is to hold talks with the Secretary General of the Commonwealth Secretariat ahead of the body's high-level seminar. The talks will be held on Wednesday in London before Minister Shaw addresses the Commonwealth High-Level Seminar on the theme Integrating the Sustainable Development Goals into Jamaica's Medium-Term Economic Framework. While in London, Minister Shaw will also address members of the diaspora in the UK at the Jamaica National Forum, where he will speak to critical policy and economic issues in Jamaica. And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has extended condolences to the family of senior Gleaner political correspondent Gary Spaulding. In expressing sadness at Spaulding's passing, Mr. Holness called on his family to be proud of his rich legacy. The Prime Minister said Jamaica had lost a dedicated and important contributor to national discourse whose professionalism, fairness and knowledge was admirable. Prime Minister Holness also called on journalists to strive to ensure that Spaulding's legacy was preserved. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thank you for watching.